Hi everyone, long time no see. I'm Carmen from New Leaf Designs, and in this video I want to update you on my year of stash, what's happening, and am I getting closer to my goal or not? But first, if you're watching this in the first 24 hours, you will be watching it ad-free, because I will only put ads on my YouTube videos after the first 24 hours to kind of reward people who click on my video right away. I also want to shout out my Patreon subscribers, the Confident Knitters Club. There are so many tutorial videos, so many knitting masterclasses on there. And if you join for the first time, you get the first 7 days free, so you can see if it's for you. Tip: if you have an Apple phone, do not buy a subscription through the Patreon app. Actually go on your laptop or computer, get the subscription there, because the App Store, it will add like 20% or more. So do not do that. Tip from me. If you're on any phone besides Apple, you're totally safe. Everything that Apple puts out, I'm like, okay, I'm happy I'm on an Android phone. Third thing, pre-order my book. It is now up for pre-order. It is the English translation of my original Dutch book, Breien met kleur, which translates to knitting with color. The English title is Colorwork Knitting from Head to Toe, and I'm absolutely in love with it. So the cover is different, but the graphics on the inside, they're all the same. And of course, I've translated all of the patterns. I've been working very hard on that for the bulk of this year, and it's finally coming out March 31st, and pre-orders are up until December 31st. So I will be closing pre-orders on January 1st, just so I can have some time to actually get the books in, sign them all, because yes, if you order through me directly, you get a signed copy. Please do note, I only ship within the UK. I will put a list of US retailers, of Europe retailers. I will put that up on the website sometime. You can, if you're in the US, you can pre-order my book at Barnes & Nobles. How exciting is that? And in Europe, well, most yarn shops, I think, but also, yeah, just check your local bookshop, check if they already have the pre-order up. For a lot of bookshops, that kind of goes like automatically, but if they don't have it up yet and you would like to support your local bookshop, just send them an email and maybe they can order it in. So for the UK peeps though, if you order on my website before December 31st, which is when pre-orders close, I will be sending one lucky purchaser of my book this lovely skein of yarn, which I bought. I did buy yarn, but it's not for me, so I did not break my yarn ban, right? So for one of the people who pre-orders my book, and if you've already pre-ordered my book, don't worry, you're automatically included. I will be putting all of your names in a bowl and randomly picking a name and then sending this skein to you. So this is from a Dutch indie dyer called Koperdraadje, which translates to copper thread. I don't actually know the reason behind the name. And their logo is a windmill because they live in one of the iconic windmills of Kinderdijk in the Netherlands. And I just thought that was super cute. So I brought this home for you, and I'm going to send it to one of the lucky people who order my book. It is a merino sock high twist. It's 75% merino, 25% nylon. It's super wash. It's 100 grams, and there's 425 meters on it. I chose this one because it reminded me of those beautiful sunsets in late autumn where it kind of turns, where the sky turns this beautiful pastel purple and pink. And we always said, when the sky was this way, we always said, oh, it must be Sinterklaas or Santa Claus baking cookies. I don't know why, but I just loved it. So one of the people who order my book will be receiving this. Okay. onto the actual video. Thank you so much for sitting through all of that. Thank you. So I have so many things to catch you up on about the year of stash, so I just want to go through my makes really quickly, show them on the screen to spare you all of the waffle. So first up is a brioche shawl, which I'm calling the tiramisu fade. My mom had knit most of it, but I just needed to finish the last couple rows and do the cast off, and I had been waiting to do that for about 2 years. I finally did it, and I used up 22 grams finishing this shawl. So I'm not sure if this will become a pattern because I'm not 100% pleased with it. I might have to knit it again in a different yarn, but I will see. Next up are the Hallen socks. This is just a sock that I made in another colorway. The pattern, the Hallen socks, it comes from my book. And you can see the original colorway in the purple and kind of brick red. And the new colorway has a background of a multicolored yarn and then a pattern color, which is a mustard yellow, and I really like this. And yes, so this is a pattern in my book. Yeah, these are the Hallen socks. So all of the patterns in my book are named after places in the Netherlands that I called my home at some point in my life, and I spent most of my childhood in Hallen. And these are the Hallen socks with the lovely tartan motif, and I absolutely love these. So yeah, they totally deserved another colorway because look at how different that is. It's totally changed the pattern. I mean, not really, but you know what I mean. Next up is the Market bag, which is a brioche bag that I did as a Patreon workshop. It was the September workshop of last year. I just needed to finish a little bit of that, so I just did the cast off and it was 1 gram. So yes, I 1 gram for me to add on to my total. Oh, for the Hallen socks it was 7 grams that I added to my total. Then the zigzag sweater, which I actually knit on the machine and is what I'm wearing now. I knitted on the machine from British wool, so it's 100% wool, and I finished it with some sock yarn at the cuffs and the neckline, so it would not be super scratchy on those areas. In hindsight, I kind of wish that I had not done a drop shoulder because it made the sleeves really long. If this was a set-in sleeve, which means the shoulder is narrower, the sleeves would have been the perfect length. So I might still do a kind of sweater surgery with that, but for now it's really cozy and I do love wearing it, even though I think the color kind of washes me out. So yeah, I still love it. And I used up 437 grams. So that is quite a lot. So I was really happy to add that until my total. Then I knit some mosaic socks. I still have to finish the second one. I left this for years and years and years because the pattern is quite difficult to memorize. In fact, I don't think I've been able to memorize this. I had to look on the pattern so many times. It is my own pattern, but yeah, not sure if I will publish this because it is quite challenging to knit. But still, I was able to add 55 grams to my progress. Then I made a punch needle bag. So I was in a punch needle course and I made this punch needle bag. So the main body of the bag is punched and I crocheted around it to give it some more width or some more height, depending on how you look at it. And then I also added a lining, and I'm pretty pleased how this turned out. I've been using this as a makeup bag for when I go to travel, and I really like it. I really like the sparkles. So yeah, and needle punching uses quite a bit of yarn, so I was able to add 107 grams to my total. I also knit a hat for a dear friend of mine. I actually want to keep this a secret for now because I do plan on making this a pattern, so I am gonna leave you in the dark about that one. Sorry for the Trump hands, but I was able to use 50 grams for that hat. Then one of my friends made a crochet headband. She used my crochet rib turban headband. It's got a very convoluted name, but it's one of these headbands. I gave her the yarn for that and she used it, and that was 46 grams. And because that yarn went out of my stash, I'm able to count it. So 46 grams out of my stash. Then I made some socks for my sister-in-law, and I made the Jade Lattice socks from my booklet, the Ski Piece Arcadia booklet, with 11 colorwork sock designs in there. And it's really fun. It's got 2 base patterns, 1 toe up, 1 cuff down, 11 colorwork motifs that you can use for any of the toe up or cuff down patterns. And yeah, it's only $3.95. So get the physical booklet in any yarn shop and get the digital booklet in my Ravelry store or on my website. And I was able to add 33 grams to my total. And then for my favorite make of the last couple months, this is another machine knit sweater, and I knit this in Ski Piece Metropolis. It is absolutely gorgeous. I made this with the patterns from my Around the World sweater. So all of the colorwork motifs that you see in here, they are included in the Around the World sweater pattern, which is a free pattern on my website, newleafdesigns.nl. Of course, the hand knitting pattern is for a rounded yoke, and I just recycled the motifs to make a punch card for my knitting machine. And yeah, I knit a raglan sort of sit-in sleeve, sort of raglan. This is actually where I went wrong, because I knit a raglan type sleeve, but the amount of stitches that I left at the top of the shoulder are more for a set-in sleeve. So what that means is that the sweater is now too wide in the shoulders, and the sleeve cap is actually hanging off my shoulders. So it looks a little bit as if I have shoulder pads or puffy sleeves, but I love it so much. So I will still wear it. I might do some kind of surgery with it, same as with this one. Yeah, machine knitting is another skill in and of itself, and it's very difficult to see how your sweater is going to work out while you're still knitting it. It's basically impossible to measure as you go. So yeah, you rely a lot on just your sweater construction knowledge and on your gauge swatch. Yeah, but I'm still very, very happy with this. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and I washed it. I washed and blocked it with the most amazing wool detergent. Like, I've tried Soak, I've tried Eucalan, but this, I was sent, well, so disclaimer, because I was gifted this, I was sent a Scent and Protect box by the Clothes Doctor, and basically they are a anti-moth company. so they sell anything to help protect your knitwear and your other delicates against moths. So this is detergent, but in their Scent and Protect box I also got some drawer liners, so basically scented sheets of paper to go in your drawer. So I put them in my sweater drawer and in my sock drawer, and also, I don't know if you can tell, you can't really, but I put the scented sheets also at the back of my yarn closet, because all of that yarn is in the open. So it needed some extra protection. And I also got knitwear mist and some scented bags. So they're really nice. I'm making this motion because they say to squeeze the bags to release more scent. Anyway, this one is the Himalayan cedarwood and orange, and it is heavenly. Oh my god, I'm going to use this every time, because it was such a game changer to block my knits and not have the whole house smell of wet wool, which I can appreciate the woolly scent, but my partner is not a fan. And, you know, this definitely smells a lot better. So I 100% love this. So I will put in the links because I'm pretty sure they have a Black Friday sale. So check it out. I highly recommend. So yes, for the machine knit sweater, I used 487 grams. So yay! Almost half a kilo of yarn in this sweater. Yeah, I absolutely love it. Let's see, anything that I missed. I gave away some yarn. I gave away some Scapious Soften yarn, which a couple of my friends, they're learning how to crochet and they wanted some yarn for crochet squares, and I had a bunch of Scapious Soften, which is just the perfect yarn for beginner knitters and crocheters, especially crochet, because it doesn't split. And I had a bunch of fun colors because I did a Christmas bauble book with that yarn. So I gave away 496 grams and then a bit more, 51 grams. I just haven't added those up yet. And then I also gave away some sock yarn, which was 250 grams. I knit some flowers. Well, I did an I-cord knit of the stems and then I crocheted the flowers, and that was kind of 43 grams in total. So now we tally up the results. My goodness. The last update that I gave you was in July. That was 2,748 grams. Now, I need to tally up all of this. Give me a minute. Oh my god. Last update I gave you was in July. That was 2,748. So that was just over 2.5 kilograms. I have used up since 2,115 grams. So that's just over 2 kilograms. So adding that on to 2,748 is 4,863 grams. So that is almost 5 kilograms. So that is almost my goal. I just need 140 grams left to knit. Except I did buy yarn. I did. I will show you what I bought. Because while I was on holiday to the Netherlands, my mom and I, we visited some yarn shops, one of which was the yarn shop that organized the knitting cruise that we were at, where I bought this yarn, and I also bought some yarn there for my mom. But, you know, buying yarn for others, that does not count in my yarn stash thing. But I did also buy some yarns for me. So the other yarn shop that we visited was the Woolhoek in Panningen, which was the first ever yarn shop that I went to when I first started knitting and crocheting. And whenever I stop by, I just want to buy something to support them because, yeah. I love that shop, and I am actually going to do some more needle punching, and I need some pretty thick yarn for that, which I do not currently have. So so I really thought this through. Yeah, so I bought 2 balls of Katia Mind Woolness. And I hope that this will go into the punch needle that I have. It's pretty chunky yarn, so I bought 200 grams worth of that yarn. So that will be my penalty, but I will kind of keep that in a separate column because I did also earlier this year, I accepted some yarn as a gift. This will go in my penalty column. So that's 200 grams of yarn, but I did also give away lots of yarn in the last couple of months. So yeah, pretty good. almost 5 kilograms. I think I can make it to 5 kilograms because I want to make some Christmas decorations. I have this chunky velvet yarn that desperately does not want to stay on a ball. But I think I want to crochet some, or knit probably. I want to knit some bows with this for just Christmas decorations in the tree. I think it's going to be really cute, and hopefully that will use a lot of yarn because I've got quite a bit. So I might even be able to make a wreath with that. So we will see. Yes. So thank you for sitting through that. Thank you so much for watching. I will hopefully catch you up sooner next time. This was just because for the last 4 months I've been away at the end of the month. So yeah, I could not film a stash video in time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.